Now, this is groundbreaking. The High Court of Justice has just ruled that people who convert to Judaism in Israel through the Reform and conservative movements must be recognized as Jews for the purpose of the law of return and are therefore entitled to Israeli citizenship. This is a bombshell decision because it shatters the long-standing Orthodox monopoly on officially recognized conversions here in Israel. For the last 15 years, people have been appealing to have that changed, and now it's official. Well, not everybody is happy about this. The ruling is being denounced by right-wing religious politicians who claim that what Reform and conservatives call conversion is nothing but a forgery of Judaism. They say that the court is approving the flooding of the state of Israel with immigrants now that it will be a lot easier for Gentiles to convert. Well, we have Rabbi Noah Satat joining us from Jerusalem. She's a director of the Israel Religious Action Center. So Reform and conservative religious movements are celebrating this High Court of Justice ruling. Tell us why this is such a big deal for them.
So first of all, I just want to correct the opening. Reform and conservative conversions done outside of Israel have been recognized for the purpose of the law of return since 1989. So for over 30 years now.
That's true.
This case only touches upon people who we convert in Israel. Mm-hmm. So up until yesterday, if I converted someone in Tel Aviv, they wouldn't be eligible for something that they could be eligible to if my colleagues in London converted them. And that was absurd, and the Supreme Court ended it. And I think that's another, first of all, it was a significant step for 40 converts who have been waiting for over a decade to be recognized and to receive the equality they deserve. And I think that this journey that we're on to get full equality and recognition, we took a very significant step forward yesterday. We still have a long way to go, and we've already gone a significant way, and we have a long way to go until we get there.
So why are ultra-Orthodox parties so upset about this?
I think that monopolies are very protective of themselves. When a monopoly is operating, they don't want any competition, and they're doing everything to use their political power, even though they're a minority, to try and retain their monopolistic status. And most Israelis agree that this is harmful to our way of life, to our democracy, and I believe that it's also very harmful to the connection between Israelis and their Judaism. The fact that the monopoly tries to coerce a specific way of being Jewish on them.
So what do Reform and conservative movements say to the allegations that this is going to allow too many people to be able to easily convert and then claim Israeli citizenship?
We've been converting people for decades. I don't think that anybody can say that our conversions are not serious. I don't think that both movements together convert about 300 people a year in Israel. And I don't think that the threat is a demographic threat. I think that that's fake news that some ultra-Orthodox leaders are using. I think that the real threat is that our movements in everything that we do and in this victory, we demonstrate that there's more than one way to be Jewish in Israel. And if there's more than one way to be Jewish, there's also more than one way to convert. And that is a very threatening idea to people who want the public to think that they're the only authentic Judaism out there.
Well, I mean, I think you just touched on it, but how do you think that this ruling is going to change the state of Israel as it is right now?
I think that this is not one ruling that changes everything. Unfortunately, I think that this is a long struggle that's still ahead of us. I think that today the Supreme Court, relying on previous rulings, reaffirmed the commitment to equality for the progressive streams, and we will have to continue to fight for the rights of our rabbis, for the authorities for people to get married, and for the ending of this toxic monopoly on Jewish life.